Hello everyone, welcome to our Java tutorial, which is today about how to work with Eclipse. Eclipse is an integrated development environment, an IDE, and that's a software helping you to do the programming. So basically you have everything in one software, the text editor, the compiler, the command window, and that is quite convenient for programming, of course. So let's see how that looks like. I just did a fresh installation of Eclipse here on my laptop. If you open Eclipse, you get this window. There's a package explorer giving you an overview of all the projects you have created so far. At the moment there is no project in here because it's just a fresh installation. If I click here, create a Java project, I am asked to enter the Java project name, and let's call that project just test. Now I'm asked to enter a module name. Modules in Java are used to structure larger projects. Yeah, if you have a project consisting of many classes, then these modules help you to organize these classes. However, I just want to program a very little application with 1 or 2 classes. There I don't need modules, so I'm saying don't create. So now you see there is this new project here, test, in my package explorer. It includes this src folder, which is your source code. And currently this is empty because we haven't generated any class yet. But that I can do, I can click here and say new class. And so I get this dialog where I need to enter the class name. I'm saying test. So my class will be called test, and I have several other things which I can use here and to choose from. And in particular, I can check here, in my class test, I would like to have a method public static void main that will automatically generate this public static void main method for me. And that's now currently my source code of this class test. You see here this method body has been generated automatically, and here Eclipse has just left a note for me. Please, here there's something to do for you. Eclipse is saying to me, here you need to put your own commands now. Well, of course, the first example, as always, is our print line hello world, system out.println hello world. That's it. And now, if I press this green button here, I'm running this program, and you see here, so this box here at the bottom right corner, that is kind of my console window, my command line, or my system output. Here the string hello world is then printed. So any output I'm generating, that's written then in this dialog. Well, that is of course the most basic program that we can implement. I can also introduce errors here. I can remove, for example, this semicolon. And what you can see here is that Eclipse tries to compile this automatically, and it's already suggesting there is an error. So if I go here with my mouse cursor, I'm getting also like descriptions of this error. Here Eclipse is saying, well, syntax error, insert a semicolon to complete the block statement. And if I insert the semicolon here, then the error is removed and the program compiles automatically here correctly. So that means I just need to save and run the program. Well, what else can I do? Of course, I can add another class. I could say I would like to have a class point, for example. Yeah? That looks like this. Here you could say I would have 2 attributes, double x, double why. I would like to have a constructor as well. Let's call it point. Well, of course, that has to be called point because the class is called point, and the constructor needs to have the same name. And then we need the body of this method. Well, first of all, here in these round brackets, I can add arguments that I'm expecting for this constructor. Yeah, so that could be double D1 and double D2. So anyone who calls this constructor needs to provide these two arguments. And then within this constructor, within these curly brackets, I can say, okay, my x attribute should be set to D1 and my y attribute should be set to D2. And again, this is compiled automatically. You see the class point has been added here to my source folder. And now I can, of course, also use this class here in my Hello World program. So for example, I can say point P1 is equal to new point 2.0, 3.1. And I could say, I want another point, P2, and that should have coordinates 3.1 and 2.3. And now if I run that code, still I'm getting this output hello world, because these two lines of code, well, of course they are executed, but it's kind of invisible what's happening here. That's just some internal generation of point objects without any output to the console. Well, I hope this gave you a good impression of what you can do with Eclipse. It's of course more convenient to work with Eclipse than to work with the command window and typing the commands Java-C for the compiler and Java for the Java interpreter. Well, that is of course not that nice as having everything nicely here in one software. And I would suggest that in the following you should use Eclipse for all your programming projects here in the context of this tutorial. Thank you very much and see you for the next chapter.